Great job in this, and I'm curious to know what your initial reaction was when you read the script, because there's just so much going on here.
Yes, there was so much going on. Sometimes I had to reread parts, but I really just enjoyed it. I thought this was a great, intelligent, story on its own. But the fact that the thriller element is in it as well just makes for a fantastic film. And I was really excited to know that Soderbergh was doing it because I knew it would be done well, without any fluff, and just, in a realistic manner.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is it kind of a no-brainer to work with somebody like Steven Soderbergh?
It is. Because he's so, I think he's such a unique director in his own right. He's just has his own voice, and it can be kind of stark and gritty, but I appreciate his honest, unveiling of whatever story he has to tell.
Yeah, and he's so diverse, too. It really is amazing to
Yes.
see his work. Yeah, he's a fantastic director. And then it's not so shabby to work opposite somebody like Jude Law for most of your scenes.
No, not so shabby.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about working with him, because he's such a gentleman. He's such a great guy.
He is such a great guy, and he has such a great work ethic. He really helped me so much right when I was arriving in New York. It was when I had to start shooting pretty much. So he grabbed me a couple of days before, and we started to go over what we thought the backstory of our characters were. So it saved me a good deal of time of being frightened the first day on set. So he took that away from me, and I was able to just enjoy working with him and exploring the character within the scenes.
Yeah. And tell me a little bit about your impressions of just watching Rooney Mara work. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Especially in this role.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only one scene that I had with her is that first scene when she comes to, to the conversation that Jude and I are having. And I think she's so good and careful about not being melodramatic in a scene, and she's very, very subtle, and it's almost imperceptible in some ways, and I think I appreciate that as an actor, because you really have to search inside of her to see her choices, which is cool.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you, you've had an opportunity to work with some pretty darn good directors in your career so far, but one I want to discuss with you is Stanley Kubrick, because of course you worked in Eyes Wide Shut, and I was in LA a couple months ago and got to see the exhibit that was here, which was, I didn't have enough time and I spent 3 hours there.
I know.
Just, can you recall for me how influential he was and what he meant to you and your career?
He was extremely influential. Prior to that, I was a teen actress, was good at doing what I did things naturally, but he opened my eyes and mind up to the artistry of filmmaking and being an actor. I didn't know that you could take so much time to prepare for a role. It was like doing an acting class and, a play all at the same time for me. I was so young and so impressionable. And what he taught me to do was slow down and be, within the process of letting the character unfold. So we wrote and rewrote scenes together. This was just something I'd never heard of before. And of course, after that, people were like, are you going to demand time like Stanley Kubrick? But it wasn't. It was just this beautiful opportunity I'll never forget. And he's the reason why I'm still acting. I wasn't thinking of acting again, and he actually pulled me aside and said, you better do this, and so it did change my life.
Well, we're glad that he did. You did a great job in this, and
Thank
it's a
you.
pleasure to talk to you.
Yes.
And have a great rest of your day.
Yes, you
Thank
too.
you.